your fear is making you live selfish. Nobody actually wants to hear that they're being selfish, especially when they're afraid, because fear feels like a private thing, something personal, something that only affects you and your decisions and your timeline. Fear feels like an internal war, one that nobody else can see, nobody else fully understands, and nobody else has the right to comment on. So when someone says your fear is making you live selfish, the first reaction is defensiveness, because you're not hurting anyone. You're not just ready. You're just being careful. You're just waiting for the right time. But that's the lie fear tells us to keep us comfortable, and it's one of the most convincing lies ever. There is someone waiting for what you're carrying. This is not metaphor, this is literal. There is a person, maybe younger than you, maybe going through exactly what you went through, who needs to hear what you know, who needs to see what you've survived, who needs proof that someone who looked like them started where they started, felt what they felt, made it through, and your fear is keeping that from them. Every time you don't post, every time you don't speak, every time you shrink back and say, I'm not ready, or who am I to say this, or maybe later when I'm better prepared, you are choosing your comfort over that person's breakthrough. That's not humility. That's selfishness, wearing humility's clothes. And the worst part is, it feels righteous while it's happening. Fear is convincing because it speaks in reasonable language. It doesn't present itself as self-preservation. It shows up dressed as wisdom. It says things like, wait until you're more qualified, wait until you have more experience, wait until the timing is right, wait until you've done more research, wait until you're sure people will receive it well. And every one of those sentences sounds responsible, sounds mature, sounds like the kind of patience that serious people practice. But what those sentences are actually doing is keeping locked inside you the thing that was never meant to stay in there. Because you are not given a story just to hold it. You are not given a perspective, a struggle, a way through, a hard-won lesson just for yourself. The moment you understood something that once confused you, the moment you survived something that once had you completely undone, the moment you found a way through a session that felt like it had no exit, you became responsible for that knowledge. Not responsible to perform it in public, not responsible to build a career around it immediately, but responsible to stop treating it like it belongs only to you. Think about the people who changed your life, not the famous ones. I mean the real ones actually. The ones whose words or presence shifted something in you that hasn't shifted back. Whoever said the thing that made you see yourself differently. Whoever showed up in your lowest moments and said something that gave you enough to keep going. They were probably still figuring things out too, still building, still uncertain about parts of their own journey, still carrying questions they didn't have answers to, still waking up some mornings and wondering if they were doing any of these things right. But they showed up anyway, they posted anyway, they had the conversations anyway, and that decision, that one act of showing up despite not feeling fully ready, reached you. Someone is waiting to be reached by you in exactly the same way, and they don't need you to be finished. They don't need you to have all the answers. They don't need you to be on the other side of everything you're currently walking through. They just need you to be honest about where you are and what you know from here. There is a version of your life where you never share any of it, where you keep waiting until you're ready, and ready keeps moving further away. Where years pass and the thing you were supposed to put into the world stays locked inside you, and you get comfortable with the silence of it. Where you tell yourself you're being humble and patient and responsible, and the only real reason that fear found a home in you, and you stopped questioning whether it had the right to live there. And in that version of your life, someone who needed what you carry never gets it. They go looking for it in the wrong places. They spend years in confusion you already have the map out of. They make decisions based on incomplete information because the person who had the complete picture decided the timing wasn't right yet. You will never see that person. You will never know their name, but they exist. And the gap between where they end up and where they could have ended up, that gap has your name on it. I'm not trying to frighten you though. This is not about being fearless. Fearlessness is not the goal, and it's not realistic. Fear doesn't disappear. It doesn't get fully resolved before you act. The people who seem fearless are not people who stopped feeling fear. They are people who stopped letting fear make the final decision. There is a difference between feeling afraid and being controlled by fear. The first one is human. The second one is a choice, even when it doesn't feel like one. The question is never, do I feel ready? The question is there someone who needs this more than I need to feel comfortable? My name is Emmanuel, and you are welcome to Journey to Becoming.